ARPEPE, okay, you want to show off? Go to New York and buy a bottle of ARPEPE, and then you're gonna be freaking out when you have to pay the bill, because ARPEPE at the moment in New York it can cost up to $200-300 in a wine list. Don't tell me why, I have no clue. I loved ARPEPE when nobody knew them. I started to drink ARPEPE 15 years ago when I was the only one that was buying their wines. The story of this wine is absolutely amazing. Isabella is going to tell you in the video, but I'm going to resume it quite shortly. We're talking about a winery that is 170 years old. Arturo Pellizzati Perego, sorry. And it's a family that has been making wine for more than 140 years. 35 years ago, the main father died. There are three brothers, and two of the brothers say, you know what, we don't want to make wine, we're going to sell the winery. And one of the three brothers wanted to continue the wine production and say, what are we going to do? And he said, you know what, you're going to give us the money, and fine, you're going to keep the winery for yourself. And so I don't have the money to do that. So they had to sell the winery. So they sell the winery to a company, and the guy was struggling, and the only brother wanted to continue the wine production and say, you know what, I will continue to work in my own winery as an employee. And he started year by year, like in a kind of a concentration camp, to work, and he started to dig his own cellar, and to buy, saving the money, like spending nothing and saving the money in order to make his own winery in its own winery, because he sold his own winery, but then he wanted to make a winery in the winery. I don't know if this is making a bit confusing for you, if you understand what I'm talking about. And at the end, he was able to save some of the best vineyards, which are Rocca di Piro, which are Rocce Rosse, Buon Consiglio. Buon Consiglio, I think, was actually bought later. I don't know if you've been there. We are 100 kilometers north of Milan. It might sound crazy that you can make a good wine near Milan, because Milan is the most sad city in the world. I was born there, so I can guarantee that. But that's the most steep vines in the world. Some of them are 45 degrees angles. They are this terrace, and Isabella is telling you everything really precisely, so there's no point for you. Yeah, but it says on the video that they have this sax. Actually, the brother of Isabella invented a system to bring. She shows you on the video, so there's no point for me to tell you now. This is a Nebbiolo grave ready. Allora, Nebbiolo, you say, oh come on, Nebbiolo is coming from Barolo and Barbaresco, why you give me a Nebbiolo from Valtellina? I am afraid to tell you that in 17th century and 18th century, when in Barolo they were drinking just a stupid sweet wine, and Barolo didn't exist, Valtellina was probably one of the most important wine regions of Italy. French used to come to Valtellina to buy wine. Do you know French people? Okay, they're quite snobbish. They think there are only two type of wines in the world: the French ones and the bad ones. And they were coming to Valtellina to buy the wine. The vineyard is incredible. There is a constant 14-15 degrees in temperature in the cellar, because it has been digging in the mountain. You can see it on the video. The characteristic of Nebbiolo from Valtellina, again, you probably will find in all the videos that I actually been doing, that the fact that we like when wine is able to be is able to have an incredible strong personality without being bold, without being loud. What I like about wines is when they're opposite of myself. I tend to be kind of a loud and vulgar, and I like when wines are giving me an elegant experience, when they're able to be subtle, they're able to tell me things whispering, without screaming, without special effects, CGI, oaky flavors, selected yeast, enologists, corrupted wine journalists. When they're able to be, they go to the point, silent and slowly. Wine tasting is a slow experience. It's not a fast experience. Take your time. This is pure graphite. This is pure soil. There's nothing else here than a beautiful love affair between a grave variety and the soil. This is the synthesis of what I like about wine. When you smell and you taste what you have seen in the vines and what you have seen speaking with the winemaker. There is nothing in between, no commercials, no selected yeast, no overly oaky flavor, no over concentration, no fertilization, no over extraction of fruit. It's not about trying. Uh, I don't know what is your. I don't know what do you think when a person is sexy? To me, a person is sexy when his or her body is all in one with her or his soul. So I don't know if you can see those people, like you see that you can see that their body is overwhelming in a way, their soul, when there is a continuity in a way. When we talk about a body of a wine, I don't know if you say corpo, we say corpo del vino. I think it's the same thing in the wine, and especially in the 90s with this big issues about this wine has got a big body. Like what? He's been going to gym every day. It's like a Schwarzenegger wine. I don't give it. I love Schwarzenegger as a person, but I don't like the idea that a wine taste of has got muscles. Sometimes we say wine that is got muscular. We can say it. I like and I have to tell you, especially to all my American friends, you don't have these wines in U.S. You don't have that. What? It's still there. You don't have those wines. You just simply don't have a wine like this. So at least you should be part of our wine club, just to try something that you don't have, because the pleasure of life is looking for something we miss. No, not even obtaining it, but at least sipping.